2010's Nier by Kavya and Square Enix has a masterful story buried in its dark fantasy conventions and memorable characters. It also had a lackluster action game attached to it, if I'm being honest. Everything felt sluggish to play and not as precise as it should be. With the 2021 Nier remake dubbed Nier Replicant version 1.5, developer Toy Logic is taking the backbone of the last game, Nier Automata, and reworks it to the original Nier plot and structure. The remake feels brand new so far, but similar enough to exude its pathos and emotional key scenes to gut punch you where it counts. The most obvious changes in the remake are the graphics. This is clearly a game that needed a visual overhaul. The 2010 version wasn't quite a sight to behold, as it was too similar to the art style of many generic games around that time. Here, everything looks more in line with Nier Automata, and it's all the better for it. The 60 frames per second and more helps too, to make the action butter smooth and easy on the eyes and senses. Gameplay-wise, it's apparent that the overhaul was sorely needed to bring people's focus back to Nier's origin point, but with modern sensibilities cultivated since the original's 11-year debut prior. The junk heap section, the airy boss fight with Hook, and the Northern Plains section after the time skip may seem familiar to folks who played the game back in 2010, which is honestly only a fraction of you. That's the reason why the OG game had cult status. Essentially, this Nier experience will be a brand new one for everyone that's hard to go back to. So far, in my few hours playthrough preview, I'm just trucking on even though I know what already happened. I played the 2010 original and never wanted to revisit it, knowing that this version is coming soon. The basic controls are the same. You play as the title character Nier, and his quest is to cure his sister Yona of the Black Scroll disease, no matter what it takes. He comes across friends like the potty-mouthed warrior lady Kain,
Rot in hell, you I'll tear out your goddamn eyes and piss in the socket!
the arrogant yet well-meaning Grimoire Weiss, the talking book, and gentle Emile. He also will fight tons and tons of shadow-like mysterious creatures called Shades, from tiny monkey-mimicking ones to giant boss-like effigies with bullet hell patterns and giant swings they throw at our titular hero. Fortunately, Nier himself has light attacks, heavy guard-breaking attacks, a fancy dodge, a parry/block defensive move, and the Grimoire to shoot his own magic bullets and long-range spells from. True, it feels similar to the 2010 game, but here it feels so much better. This is because of the aforementioned 60 frames per second movement, the spot-on precise controls, and the fact that Toy Logic is recreating what made Nier Automata become 2017's GOTY, Platinum Games' involvement, or a facsimile of it. A few hours of previewing the game equals no dull, boring, and awkward spots, while slashing my way through Shades and defeating Hook all over again, all in a new coat of paint. A substantial one at that, while not changing too much to justify the remake branding, with new rearranged music, re-recorded lines from the original VOs, and expanded weapon stories. Think of this as a much needed and thorough sandpaper work on a rough piece of antique woodwork. Plus, main character Nier looks a lot younger than the 2010 guest style original, as the devs and the game's original creators are using the young Nier for the first time outside of the Japan release. It helps to have your protagonist for a JRPG look like a Bishi, for mass appeal and non-gender specific cosplay potential, when the world goes back to normal. Hopefully by the time 2021 comes to a close. Speaking of which, Nier Replicant version 1.5 will be out this 23rd April to celebrate the anniversary date of the 2010 Nier. Stick around with the kkp.com for the full review of Nier Replicant 1.5 around that time. If you like that short preview, do subscribe to our channel and hit that notification button for more video game goodness. We post new content every week. See ya!